It's the Awakening of Squirrel, Episode 4. I have a short one for you today, and I'll tell you why. First of all, there was the Stillsuit Mishap, where I tried to dress up like I was wearing a stillsuit, and then pull a Mr. Rogers, where I put on my Chinese shirt and my Chinese jacket, and then I sit down and I tell you some fun things. And I made it kind of amusing. Had I turned on the microphone, which I did not do. So we're going to get a recap of what Episode 4 should have been, and trust me, you didn't miss anything. So here we go. First of all, I went back to Griffin's Reach and I turned in the Wrecking Crew contract that we picked up at the Imperial testing station number 2. I went through that, I turned it in, and I made my money and got my experience. And then I see that the Derek Chinara one popped up. I didn't have the deliverables for that one, but the Planetologist opened up there, the one called Assistance Required. I don't know if you can see that. That one right there. So I accepted that one, and I also accepted the one below it for the get the vials, vial retrieval do not open. I grabbed that one because it was at the same place, at the Imperial testing station number 2. And what I figured was I would do those on my way back to our base, which turns out is in like the worst area ever. You see right here is Imperial testing station number 2. I've got to pass that to get back to base. So I stopped off and I had a chat with Derek, the Planetologist.
Watch your step, stranger. Those plants are hard to grow out here and harder to replace. Now, you don't look like the scrap rats that swarm around the place, and you don't look like one of the crazies from the lab. So what brings you here?
Yeah, I'm just exploring the desert.
Exploring the desert sounds like the kind of thing old Pardo Kynes used to do. His exploits here on Arrakis were legendary back on Kytane.
Tell me about Kynes.
There are actually 2 Kynes. The elder, Pardo Kynes, was a legend at the college on Kytane. His work on the ecological tenets of planetary transformation, magnificent. But the younger Kynes, little is known. It is said that Pardo had a child with a Fremen woman, and the result was a new Kynes. The reason I am here.
Oh, so you came looking for Pardo Kynes' child?
Yes. Liet Kynes wrote me a letter asking me to come to Arrakis to help with a terraforming project. With such a famous father, how could I refuse? But before I arrived, Liet Kynes was lost in battle. Without the funds or backing to return to Kytane, I am forced to work with the new Planetologist.
So, what are you doing here?
I was given a ground car and an ancient sync chart of the old botanical testing stations. My task is to document their operational status.
Yeah, how's that working out?
We're standing atop the second station, and I've been stuck here for weeks cultivating plants because I don't dare to continue. That's how it's working out.
Oh, there's a botanical testing station nearby?
You're standing on it, or at least above it. His Majesty's Imperial Testing Number 2. Second on my list. As far as I got before I couldn't continue.
Why couldn't you continue?
The place is infested with bandits, who've in turn been infected with something. They attack all who enter, even those of us on official business.
Ooh, tell me about these bandits.
Oh, scavengers. The usual type around here, cutting up wreckage from the war to sell. The ones in the lab have gone odd.
Odd how?
I hadn't gone very far into the lab when some of them charged at me, screaming and brandishing knives. They were covered in gore. I ran.
Oh, did they look sick?
There was a glaze to their eyes and a stiffness to their movements, but they looked normal enough. Maybe some form of mass hysteria. I don't know.
Well, I would like to learn from you if that's cool.
I would gladly teach you, but there is something I must do. Perhaps we can help each other out.
Okay, what do you need?
You look like something that stumbled out of a shipwreck. I don't have any way to pay, unless you're interested in a planetary ecology lesson.
Okay, I can help you out. What do you need me to do?
That's easy. Somewhere in the station is a manifest containing a full log of the supplies that were sealed within. Bring me the manifest.
Okay, I'll return with the manifest.
Be careful. The people in that lab are odd.
Yeah, you said that. Okay, so I did that. So I jumped over and went down into the Imperial testing station, and we took care of everything, and I found the secret door with the yellow thing there, and that's where he hid the stuff he was looking for is hidden in there. But once you open the door, a couple of bad guys come out, and they try to get you from behind when you're not looking, so be careful of that. See, I heard her coming, and then... And the shig wire. Great for stun. Okay, so that's all you do. And then you grab the loot. And then you grab the contract bit here with a little extra Solari. And once you've grabbed all the loot, I went back outside. I went the long way. I went the short way. And I came back.
You don't know how rare that is on Arrakis. Have you done as I asked?
Yeah, I brought you your manifest. Here you go. Right there. Take it.
You have? That's incredible. I thought those crazies down there would keep me stuck here forever. Oh, wonderful. Say what you will about the old Empire, but they knew how to keep a record.
I believe you offered to teach me something about planetary ecology?
Yes, of course. I haven't forgotten. Pay attention. Life, all life, is in the service of life. There. Though I must confess, I wasn't expecting such an apt pupil. It was more like you were remembering than learning. Odd.
Well, thanks a lot. Appreciate it. I'll talk to you soon. All right, so I took care of that. And now I've opened up the Planetology Skill Tree, which is great because you see most of these are the tiny circles, and those are passives that stay on all the time. It ups my ranged damage from my weapons because I like a long gun, and it gives you all kinds of bonuses. The one I really wanted was show the one. There it is, center of mass. That center of mass is octagonal, and that can be a technique that you can have 3 of those active at a time, and they just affect like a passive, but you can only have 3. And then the other ones, the diamond shapes, are abilities that you can use. But this center of mass makes it to where I hit right in the middle in their chest or stomach area, the main mass of the body, I do more damage than I would with a headshot. And I really like that because center mass is an easier target. So I upgraded a whole bunch of these. And then I moved on my way, still having to run the desert forever to get back to base. I was scared. I really was. I got sweaty. Anywho, I got back to the base down here in the corner, and the closest trade post is all the way over here where that is. So that's just too far away. So I quickly got the stuff together and built myself a Sandbike. I couldn't carry all the parts at once, so I had to grab them one at a time, build the bike. You have to use your welding tool to build the bike, so don't forget to make one of those when you make the bike parts. And there it is.
That's it, old welder. You're ready. I'm waiting at Mirzabar. That's the great rock formation that looks like a giant hammer. Be careful. Vehicles are fast, but nothing can outrun Shai Halud. You can only hope to get between safe areas more quickly. I'll see you soon.
All right, so I did that, took apart the rest of the base, actually packed it up into the Sandbike to move base to a better location. And since I got across the Vermillius Gap anyway, I figured we'll run by the Griffin's Reach trading post, turn in the Imperial testing station contracts, catch some sweet air, turn in these contracts. There, I finally got that micro sandwich and the other things. So got paid, right? And then there's one on the bottom called the Anvil Courier Run. Now, so I'm still turning these in. Anvil Courier Run is where I got to go anyway, so I'm going to accept that contract because I'm going there. Why not, right? And it's 4,500 Solari. You can't really beat that.
You keep coming back like this, I'll have to stop calling you stranger. Stranger?
I'm supposed to pick up a package for the Anvil?
Indeed. I hope you have more brains than the last courier I hired. Idiot tried to cross the desert on foot without a Sandbike.
Thanks for the tip. Later. All right, so now I got to cross this and get up into here. What I really need to do is get all the way over to there, but we want to get into the first cloudy bit, and we'll do a survey and clear the map. But first I have to clench my butt cheeks and get a nice run at this big hunk of sand, because it's a long ways, and there's no way I'm not going to attract the worm. And maybe I'll catch some sweet air here too. That would be neat, but no. Oh, that's a long ways to go. Yep, there he is. Okay, now I'll catch some sweet air, and then you can see Big Boy as he's thinking about coming toward me. There he is. Yeah, he's thinking about it, but he's too far. So I made it here to these ironworks, and now I'm going to cut east. And there we've done it. We've since I've crossed the gap, I've unlocked the second trial of Aquil, which is starts opening up all the other trials, which is what I was going for. So I got one more big hunk of sand to cross over safely. And there is patches out here called drum sand, which when you ride on them make a loud thumping noise and call the worm really fast. Don't do it.
No, not lost, sir. She's dead.
Tragic. Truly tragic. But they say the desert calls the weak.
My God, man, she was one of yours. Cousin, even.
I am in deep mourning, sir. Rumors of disloyalty buzzed around her like blowflies, but now, who's to say? Certainly not her.
My one pleasure in this hell is knowing that you're trapped here with me.
A momentary setback, I assure you.
Even your Harkonnen masters find you insufferable, Maxim. You're down here forever.
Tell me, dear Anton, what's it like being the handkerchief your superiors use to wipe the gore off Shining Atreides' honor?
Let's settle this.
Gladly.
By the laws of Canley.
By the laws of Canley.
By the laws of Canley.
If you don't know, Canley was a set of rules for settling a feud, usually by combat, but it was to make sure that no innocent bystanders got hurt. All right, so I'm delivering the courier run, getting paid right when I get there, always a good thing. And I'm going to take all of these contracts just after I get the base figured out. So we'll come back here and take those. So now I'm up here on these rocks, and I'm going to scan this area, which will unlock the map. Boom. So here is the eastern Vermillius Gap region. Uh-oh.
You might have seen my little pyrotechnics display, Offworlder, but whether you did or not, the long and short of it is that I must go, and quickly. The Sardaukar have my scent, and the Emperor's hounds are not known for their mercy. I do not know when we will meet again.
Look at him go.
Continue to follow your path. Let the desert teach you as you walk in the footsteps of the Fremen. Find allies. It is hard to survive without friends. And remember, Arrakis will sharpen you, Offworlder. Make sure you become the right kind of blade.
And then we're traveling again. I'd like to have more information on him. I hope there's more of him to come. All right, so it's construct or interact with an advanced subfief console, which is what I'm going to do. That's the drum sand I was telling you about. You want to go around it or between them. You got to really line yourself up on the map, but you can do it. Just if you hit them, it calls that worm so fast. So I got over there. I did another nice little scan, Got the Western Vermillius Gap opened up for me so I can see a lot. And the plan is to go over here in this area. This is a great place to harvest water, I found. It's in a region that is above my pay grade at this time. But I thought, I'm going to build a base here anyway. So I started building this base, and then I found out there was a small, itty-bitty problem with my location. I wanted to be in a place where there were a lot of resources, but I didn't know that it was also where the Sardaukar like to pull a U-turn. And if you get caught in that spotlight, soldiers will fall from the sky and try to kick your butt. And I'm already in a place that I'm not ready for. And there you go. A very dull, still eventful episode 4. And next time, I promise, I will make sure the microphone is turned on and that everything runs a little more smoothly. It wasn't very interesting. I just drove across the desert for hours. That's all. You know, you didn't miss much. So next episode, we're going to start taking care of the trials of Aquil. We're going to do more than one, and we're going to get those done. And you'll see how much they help in the game. All right, so until next time, this is Squirrel. I'm out. Hey, thanks for stopping by. If you liked what you saw today, please hit the subscribe button and the like button and all those other positive buttons that are down below. It would really make me super duper happy. Thanks.